everybody, and welcome to the... Oh, Dak, what is that you are wearing, my man? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm wearing it as well. That looks nice.
I'm looking buff, mate.
Mate, that tap makes you look swole.
It's the best bit of clobber I've had on the roundup for quite a while, mate. It's good to finally get kitted out with the VSM boys,
I
mate.
know
It's
some
good,
new
good
kit
on it.
for... Oh, mate, that's good. Hundreds of stuff they've gave us. Do you know what we might even do? Because this is lovely new stuff for VSN. What we might even do, I was thinking, we had a conversation about it. I think we could maybe do a wee giveaway. We've got a big winter jacket and maybe a wee gilet that we could give away.
A Daly, mate, and a jacket would be brilliant, especially with the winter coming in and supporters going out and watching the games.
Mate, I think it'd be perfect. And the thing is, there is only a couple of them in the whole world, and it's only myself and Dak that own them. So you could have a VSN PG and Dak jacket or a VSN PG and Dak gilet. Get in touch with us on Instagram or on the Twitter, and we'll square you right up, man. We'll have you looking like $1,000,000.
We'll sign the labels.
Right. So we have a new sponsor for this episode. The sponsor is JRB Soccer Academy Performance Training, which is wee Jack O'Brien at the drum, top class player. So at JRB Soccer Academy, we run 1-to-1 and small group training sessions at Baller Up pitches in East Kilbride for young players looking to improve on their weaknesses in the game. These weaknesses we see both physically and, for example, weak foot, but also mentally with issues like confidence and accepting everyone makes mistakes. As coach, I just went hit the right button. As coaches who all either still play professionally or have played professionally, we can all help aid these issues in the best of ways. This week coming up, the 16th to the 20th of October, we're running an October camp, which we still have a few spaces for. If interested, please contact either at JRB_Soccer Academy or message 07730218972. Get the wee fellas or the young ladies in for a bit of training and a bit of fun during the October week, and it gets them out the house and away for you. So,
Jack's a good wee player, and also he'll have a lot of good knowledge to pass on. Maybe you should go in, 'cause you still fancy yourself as a player now and again.
mate, I'm honking. I never had it. Do you know what? I always had a lot of confidence in being able to run, and I can't do that anymore either. So that's it done. I went out in a 35s league title. That'll do me.
Oh, well, mate, good and a high on it.
That's it. So, Cup weekend, we have the South of Scotland Cup, we have the Strathclyde Demolition, we have the Junior Scottish Cup, and then we've got some league action. So we'll just tear right into it. In the South of Scotland, Pollock 6, Camelin 2, Cumbernauld 4, Meda 2, Gretna 1, St Caddock 6, Linlithgow 4, St Peters 2, Broxburn 3, Les Mahago 2, Jeanfield Swift 1, Largs 1, 2-1 to Largs and penalties. Thornton Hibs 6, St Rocks 2, Ardrossan 2, St Andrews 3. This is going to be like one of the 2 years later, and I'm still reading.
Yeah.
Talbot 4, Arniston Rangers 1, Beath 4, Arthurlie 2, Creetown 3, Ashfield 4. Cumbernauld 5, Forth 1, Glenafton 1, Dundonald Bluebells 0, Hurlford 0, Robroy 1, Borough 4, Kilburnie 0, Kilwin and 4, Hoyk 1, Lugar 5, BSC 1, Maryhill 1, Lanark 3, Gartcairn 3, Pennycook 2, Shotts 4, Kirkcaldy 1, Ants 1, Dunbar 2, Thorn 0, 3, 3, Thorneywood 1, St Stirling Uni 4, Troon 3, Abbeyvale 0. So, Dak, let's talk about the mighty Pollock. Friday night, going out and just scudding Camelin 6-2. How was it?
It was good, mate. So it's nice to get a wee Friday game.
I appreciate that massive energy you came at me with there. I've just nearly passed out because I couldn't breathe, and you've just went, it was good.
I was shattered watching you rhyming half of the game. No, listen, it was good to get a game under the lights. Always like a Friday night game under the lights. There was a decent crowd there as well, and we came out and we played well. We went 2-0 up. We looked quite comfortable, and then Camelin scored. And to be fair to Camelin, for the next 15 minutes or so after that, they passed the ball about well, and they came back into the game. But then we've ended up getting a third through Daz Christie, and then we've got a fourth just right on half time, maybe 40 again, and then we went in 4-1 up at half time. It maybe flattered us a wee bit, We think we could have played better, but getting 4-1 at half time was really good. In the second half, we came out, we were good right out the traps in the second half and scored another 2 quick goals in the second half, and it just killed the game. Made changes in that, mate, and we didn't really keep the rhythm going and the momentum going. And fair play to Camelin, they kept walking away and trying to pass the ball, and they've got a goal, and then they've ended up missing a penalty in the last minute and all. Ben Fry's made a good save for the penalty save. But all in all, mate, it's job done. It doesn't matter how you get through the rounds of the cup, whether it's penalties or a sticky 1-0 or a 6-2. We're in the hat for the next round, and the boys are doing really well now, mate. Doing really well, looking really, really good going forward, and we're happy with it, and we just move on to the next one again, mate.
How many games is that? Is it unbeaten now?
9, mate.
9. That's good. That is good going.
We've won 8. We've drew 1, but listen, a lot of them have been cup games, and we've got another cup game on Tuesday against Daly in the Scottish, and we know Daly will come down and their players will be right up for that game under the lights at Newlandsfield. You know what I mean? It brings out the best in boys, and they'll make it as difficult as possible for us, and we'll not get it all our own way. So that's another game Tuesday for us that we need to be on good form and try and keep playing the way we're playing, and keep from middle to front, keep that movement going and passing and energy, mate. Hopefully we can progress, but it'll be a tough game, mate.
On Tuesday night, a wee appearance for PG, and we'll be having a wee PG and Dak vlog. First one in, I don't know how long, been quite a while.
Aye, it'd be good to see you doing it Newlandsfield, mate, because obviously you're doing it at the Drum now, mate. So we'll welcome you in, mate, and it'll be good to have you about, and hopefully you'll be a good luck charm for us, mate, because don't want you coming down and doing a vlog and we don't win the game.
Breaking the 10 in a row.
Right.
Moving on. Couple of Colts, 4, Meda 2. Meda losing it late on. Management team there have had a good start. That's a good side they were playing against as well, and pushed them right to the very death, losing it, like I said, late on. It's one of the ones. It's not the worst in the world for Meda to get put out of the competition. It allows them to focus more on the league, which is obviously the main thing. But I'd imagine they'd be a wee bit disappointed to having lost so late on.
Aye, I think you're spot on there. You don't want to lose any game of football, and especially playing against Cumbernauld Colts, who are second in the Lowland League, showing a lot of qualities in that league. To lose it late is disappointing, but I think you're bang on. I think the bread and butter's the league, and getting back on track now and being out the cups maybe isn't the worst thing for Meda, because their full focus can go on their league form and trying to climb that table for where they are now.
Another game to touch on, a wee mention to St Peters, losing 4-2 to Linlithgow away, taking the lead, pushing them really close. I think that's a really impressive performance for St Peters, because we know Linlithgow are a really good side. And that's, I think, what St Peters, Linlithgow are Lowland League, so what's St Peters 4 or 5 divisions below, pushed them all that way. That's a great effort for them, and well done to the team there.
Great learning curve for all the young players there, and they've taken the lead in the game. And I seen the videos of all the young team there, and all that. It was really good to see, and as I've said before on these, it's a great learning curve, and they'll be better for the experience. They've went down and gave a really good account of themselves away to Linlithgow, and then all that'll do is just give the players a motivation to want to go to places like that every week, and that's what the manager will be telling the players. That's what they want to strive to do. So well done to them, being really competitive in that game.
Another one, it's a defeat, but it's on the other end where you commend St Peters. Manager was not happy with Thornton Hibs 6, they're up 2. He didn't hide his displeasure on Twitter Saturday night, saying that losing that many goals, can't ever remember it happening to him before, and he's furious. I'm not going to lie and say I know much about Thornton Hibs. I assume they're a decent enough side, but the Rock will be disappointed, like the manager says, to lose 6 goals.
I think I think Kendall says it orally, social media. I think he apologised for the performance, and I think the Candy have took a right good crowd. The Tayfife and the boys have obviously they've won the up as well. Do you know what I mean? And that would be a disappointing thing that they've not kicked on for there. But to lose a game, especially a big weekend for the Rock, obviously they've had their centenary game of the day. Don't know. Obviously the postman must have stole my letter, not me.
Mate, I know. Actually, they said to us on Twitter about going down to a game, and obviously with us being involved at teams, Saturday's a really hard one for us to manage. So I said we could go down the day, and they weren't too keen on it.
See, the thing is, mate, the Rock. I gave the Rock a good few years, PG, my man, and I've always got a soft spot for him in the show, and I've always spoke well about the club, but I might need to change my opinion
Mate,
on it.
you're seeing scuddies like Ryan McStay playing.
Mate,
Honestly,
McStay was there for about 6 months, mate.
I thought it was 6 weeks he was there for.
Oh, mate, honestly, but listen, I hope they had a great day, and it's a great celebration for the club centenary. You know me, mate, I don't want to.
No, nae holding a grudge or nothing about it.
No,
I mean, it would have been nice to have had Brendan Rodgers on the podcast, to be fair. That'd have been quite nice for us, but it is what it is.
Aye, listen, it was a disappointing result for them on Saturday, and I hope they've had a great day today, mate. And it's been really nice for me seeing all the pictures on social media and stuff like that. I feel for there's a lot of boys that I played with that I think should have been considered for that, mate. I'm not doing it thinking about myself. I'm thinking about other people, mate.
It's because you weren't a glamorous team. That's what it was. He might all have been there for years and kept the club going when they were down there, but he's won a glamorous team, and that's the problem. That's the problem with that Candy now. I'm only joking. I hope I've did a great day.
Forgot their old arse.
Borough 4-0 against Kilburney. That was a good result for them. A good one for me as well was Rob Roy beating Hurlford 1-0. Hurlford, after quite a solid start, have had a wee bit of a dip in form late. That was a good result for Rob Roy, who are the other way haven't had the best few weeks recently, but that was a good one for them to progress in the cup.
Aye, that's a great result for Rob Roy, especially keeping a clean sheet down there, because Hurlford have got right good firepower, and maybe they've not been quite firing on all cylinders, but that's still a right good result for Rob Roy and Goldie, and that would delight, hoping it kickstarts them to maybe get back to the form that they showed right at the start of the season. But just shows me that teams have got a lot of quality, mate. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the teams, so that's a great result for Rob Roy. Well done to him.
It is. Moving on to Strathclyde Demolition Cup.
Mention Arthurly, mate, because Mac is coming for me.
Oh, Mac, I don't know if he wants us to mention it this week. Playing the league leaders, or formerly league leaders, who will, in my opinion, go back to the top of the league when they win their games in hand. Beath 4, Arthurly 2. Mac, I don't really want to say anything else about that because I imagine you're still hurting after this weekend. But Dak did remember.
Arthurly played really well on the day, mate. So I'll say that. I'll say that the all counts that they had good spells in the game, and they've had their chances in the game, and they've pushed Beath all the way, who are a very good side. So it just shows you what a good side that Arthurly can be, and they can cause teams issues on the day. And by accounts that they should have even maybe took a game to extra penalties or whatever, or could have got a wee draw at the end. But I heard that they played well on the day. But I have to get it in because Mac is relentless on me.
Mac, if you remember, the account name is PG, and Dak, just send the money here when you've got it, pal. Moving on to the Strathclyde Demolition Cup. Drumchapel 12, Campbelltown 0, Port Glasgow 1, Neilson 2. Yesterday, I will start by praising Campbelltown, as daft as this sounds. They never gave up yesterday, and they didn't resort to kicking anybody or try to fight with anybody. Like, you know how it goes with some teams. If you're getting a bit of doing, it starts getting a bit nasty and it turns a bit sour. Campbelltown did. They kept trying the whole way through. We were just far too good for them. Some of the goals we scored, I actually meant to send you the video. Some of the goals we scored were ridiculous. There was 3 or 4 goals, 20, 25 yards out, tap corner and stuff like that. Great goals. young Shea Burke, we mentioned for him, 17-year-old, scored during the week against the 18, scored a nice goal and scored a cracker for about 25 yards yesterday. Bossed the middle of the park, 17, he's a cracker, so he's a really good player. I think that he's one we might see a bit of in the next 5-10 years, might even go higher, because he's in my opinion, he's a really tidy young player at his age. So there's not much to say, to be honest. We had 2 goals chopped off. One of them definitely shouldn't have been chopped off. Slick's goal, I couldn't really tell for the angle I was at. But we were just relentless. We just kept going and kept going. And Campbelltown, they plugged away, and it must have been a really horrible day for them, but there wasn't much else you could say.
It's a toughie, man, because listen, it's no what they're used to playing against every week, the quality that you have got at Drumchapel, but I feel for them on the day, but at the same time, it's impressive to score that amount of goals in a game. So obviously, well done to the Drum, and same with the goals. It'd be good to see them.
Some good ones. Port 1, Nielsen 2. Spoke to somebody at the Port today. Bitterly disappointed. They felt like they were the better side. Felt like they should have got the win. Nielsen scored right at the death to get the win. I suppose maybe that's an indication or a sign of part of the issue the Port have had, that they've just not been able to see things through, because they definitely have a team who are good enough in their league to be, in my opinion, their side's good enough to go and be competing. It was Tam Jamieson's first game in charge there. Looks like, by what I'm hearing as well, the boys are responding well to him. They seem to be quite liking them. It's just a hard one for them. But for Kev and his Nielsen team, their form's picked up, and that's another good win for them.
Good result for Nielsen, and that Strathclyde Demolition Cup. Teams will see that. Like Nielsen will look at that as a wee chance to get to a cup final and even try and win it. Do you know what I mean? And get yourself into the Scottish Cup, the Senior Scottish Cup. So it's they'll just getting through is the most important thing for them. And damn it, that he'll be disappointed his first game, but they just need one wee result and just get their confidence going. I just think there's just that confidence there, do you know what I mean? And he'll just be trying to instill that, and one win will hopefully kick-start them, but they'll be disappointed to exit the cup. And as you say, it's a good one for Nielsen to go and winning it late. It's always a wee bit sweeter as well.
I think it's a hard game for the Port next week as well. I'm sure they're at home the Talbot in another cup, so it's a hard start. But see if
that's a free hit. That's a no-brainer. You go and if they lose that comfortably, nobody's really saying anything. But if they can go and do well and push Talbot all the way, or even win it, then what a big one that could be. Do you know what I mean? What a way that could be for Tam to get his team going.
Definitely. Moving on to the Junior Cup, Villa leaving 1, Kilsyth 0, Aberdeen East End 5, East Kilbride 0, Finnart 2, Dice 1, Kello 2, Gartcairn 3. I'm also going to apologise. There's a possibility that I have missed games, but the league website was pretty difficult to try and get everything done because it wasn't exactly done in competitions. But Villa leaving, a result that you'd expect for them. I actually thought it would have been more convincing. 1-0. Kilsyth are having a bit of a difficult season in the league below. Villa leaving, they're having a really good season in Division 3, but they're through to the next round.
Yeah.
East Kilbride, that's a disappointing one for them. I know it's a long journey, and Aberdeen East End are one of the better sides up in the north, but to go up there and get 5 taken off you without reply, as I'll be pretty disappointed. And Adam Edgar's stopped scoring goals. I can't even get a tweet about it anymore. I mean, we sponsor him and he's no scoring goals. So, Adam, if you could get a finger out, that would be appreciated.
Aye, mate. Listen, that journey does take it out you. You know what I mean? We've all done it. We've all done a big long journey in the bus, and the legs can feel quite heavy and that when you get off it and that as well, and you might just not feel quite at it, and it's hard to get going. So, listen, they'll be disappointed with that, but I'm sure they drowned their sorrows on the way back down the road.
I'm sure they did. Finnart beating Dice 2-1. Finnart, for me, you've touched on it a couple of weeks ago. I think that they're having a good season. I think that they're a team who are quietly going about their business, and that's a good result. I know Dice had to come down to them, but that's a good result for them, and I think that Brian should be pretty pleased with that.
No, Brian will be delighted with that. I mean, you always want to go a good run in the Scottish Junior Cup. Do you know what I mean? It's the romance of the cup, and even though it might not be quite the tournament it once was, I still don't think that prestige is away. You know what I mean? You still want to win the Scottish Cup, and that's the main thing. I think that players sometimes you look back at how many Scottish Cups did they win and stuff like that. So I would be delighted to be through the next round, and that's a good one.
On the Scottish Cup as well, see for clubs it's important because the financial rewards of that are massive. Because you look, the South of Scotland Cup for me is a bit of a joke. In terms of competition wise, it should be the flagship competition. It's got the Lowland League teams in it, it's got the East, the South teams and stuff. It's a very good competition with a lot of quality. I don't even think you get any prize money for winning it, which I think's a bit ridiculous. I think that more could be done to attract sponsorship and stuff, because you're getting like the Drum lost money last year getting to the final. Talbot, the first year it was they won it against Bonnyrigg, which was massive for the West, lost money. You shouldn't be winning arguably the biggest competition at the level and losing money.
I get that, and I agree with that. Clubs shouldn't be losing out on money, but see, at the end of the day, players don't care about.
Nah, I know, but it's...
Players don't care about the prize money. Players care about trophies and putting things in, getting winners' medals.
That prize money might bring a wee bit extra change of cheese to your wages, but
see the end of your career and you're sitting saying that you've won these competitions, you know what I mean? That's better than your pictures up in that clubhouse for as a part of the history, mate. That's more than fucking daft club money. It's the club money and the people behind the scenes want the money. I definitely keep the club afloat, and everything's money in the club's always welcomed, and especially at our level, not I mean it's massive, but for players, mate, they don't care, not I mean.
nah, but the clubs do.
Final
result.
Do you hear the Kello goal he scored?
Mate, I was just about to say about it. Final
Right.
game, Kello 2, Gartcairn 3. Kello, who have had a, not to put it mildly, a stinker of a season. And hopefully that shows a wee bit of an upturn from, because Gartcairn have turned a wee bit of corner as well. They've been playing better recently.
Aye, they've been doing well.
And that's a good result for Kello despite losing. Shows that there is a bit of quality there, and the goalkeeper scoring. I've not seen it, but that's...
if it's a big goalie that's been there for years...
He was the one that did he not score against Royal Albert last year as well?
He can ping a ball, mate. He's a very good kicker of the ball. But that's what will be frustrating to Kello, because they've pushed Gartcairn already, and Gartcairn, as you said, is in a really good run of form, and it just shows you, and the gaffers will down there will be like, see, these could just show that against teams in your own league, then we would be sitting in a much better position. But hopefully then they can take loads of confidence for that, and the players can as well, and they can go and kick on in the league. But for Gartcairn, I've been down there, and it's a tough place to go to. It doesn't matter league standings, and that it is a hard place to go to. So just getting out of there, making sure you're in the next round of the cup, that's what matters to them.
Aye, that's the important thing. Moving on to league football. In the Premier League, Benburb 2, Clydebank 0, Darvel 2, Cumnock 2. Clydebank missing an opportunity to extend their lead at the top to 7 points. Played 11, won 7, drawn 2, lost 2. Both games have lost, been to Benburb. First game of the season. And then yesterday, Moff was talking. I never really seen his interview. I just seen kind of snippet. And it was saying he was disappointed with the fact that he missed a lot of chances. We've spoken about this so many times about the Bens. See, when they play the top teams in the league, they always turn up. I mean, yous have been on the other end of it as well with them. The only game yous have lost this season. They're just going and taking points off of teams who look like they're going to be challenging to win the league, and they're sitting in 4th place themselves. Granted, they've won 6 and lost 5, and that inconsistency will stop them from doing anything really good in the league. But the fact that they showed they're a good side, and I think that lovers must be getting a bit frustrated with teams when they lose to lower down teams, saying, why is he able to go and beat everybody above you and then struggling with the lower down teams?
100%, mate. As you say, they've beat Clydebank twice now, done the double on them, and they've beat us and stuff, and beat Hurlford down there as well, and that's what they're, as you say, they're beating the teams right up there. They're a good side, mate. They're a good side, and they're very difficult to play against because they work so hard, and listen, they're just people will say they're physical and that. They're a lot more than that, mate. You need to be a lot more than physical to win leagues, mate. They've got good football players there, and they can play good football and that as well. But the main thing is they've got good players who work hard, they know their shape, they're well coached and all that. That all comes down to it as well. And need to give them massive amount of credit. Where they're sitting at in the league and people were tipping them to go down, mate. They were never, in my opinion, ever going to go down because they've got good players and they've got a good management team, and they probably wouldn't have went down the first year if it wasn't for the 6 or 7 teams going down and all. So, and a lot
They
of
also
them
the added thing that if Darvel had gone up, they wouldn't have went down.
Aye.
You know what I mean? So it was just a series of unfortunate events for them.
What a result! But what a result!
Mate, it's huge because Clydebank have been doing so well. I mean, that was what 8-9 games without a defeat for Clydebank. They were flying, and that's a really sore one for them to take.
What a servant player Big Livy's been for them.
I know. He's been a bit forever.
I think he got 2. I think he scored their 2 goals on Saturday, and he's played everywhere in the park for them, and that's a club legend. I mean, it doesn't matter what they ask him to do, he goes and does it, and he gives his offer for that club and the manager and all that. And the biggest testament was I seen Dave McDonald was on the bench, and I think he missed the game the week before, and they didn't throw him straight back in, and they went with Livy, and it's really worked and paid off, and he deserves massive amount of credit because what a servant he's been to the club.
Definitely. The other game in the Premier League, Darvel 2, Cumnock stealing. Well, I don't know if they have stolen it, but they've managed to get a late equaliser, which takes the points, takes a couple of points away for Darvel. That's a good result for me for Cumnock. Darvel, I'd imagine Tony will be bitterly disappointed with that. But Murday, decent start they've had, and that was a good point away for them.
Right, good point. Scoring late to take a point, especially down at Darvel's, you take that. That's a good point at the end of the day, and they'll end up be delighted with that. Seen Tony's interview, and obviously he seems disappointed, but coming up and Murday and his team in the other hand will be absolutely delighted with that. And that is a good one, especially we get out the disappointment getting out the cup the week before. That shows a right good fight and resilience and really well done. Really well done to come up. That sounds as if it was a right good game on the day to each.
Definitely. I think the league, apart from if Beath can continue to do what they're doing, I think the league is a lot tighter at the top this year than it has been the last few years. You look at yourselves, who, to be fair, you're absolutely flying. Before Clydebank lost yesterday, they're flying. Darvel are still keeping themselves in there.
St Cadoc's are flying.
St Cadoc's they're starting to pick up some points as well. You're right. St Cadoc's, I've got a couple of games in hand on teams above them as well, which could bring them right back into it. But it's an interesting one. Moving on to the first division, Maple 2, Renfrew 2, Blantyre 1, Whitletts 1. Maple were a bit of a funny team for me. We spoke about them a couple of weeks ago about they've been kind of quiet, managed to get themselves, I think they went top of the league for a game or something, or they were in that top 3, and then they've dropped points, and that's probably something that they'd be disappointed with because that's them dropped into 6th place. But that's a big point for Renfrew, who are trying to keep themselves out of that bottom 3, and I think that they're starting to turn a corner as well now.
Aye, and Maple went out and signed Daly Park for Talbot through the week, not me. Although Assemble's a good team, there's some experience in that Maple dressing room, by the way. Like good experienced players, and Ali as well. Not mean he's had a great career at this level. But as you say, it's a great good point for Jimmy and his team, and there's something for him to build on. And Carlin that be disappointed because they were at home, weren't they? Maple were at home. You want to win your home games, but with all the leagues are showing, I don't think we can say it enough. There's no easy games in the leagues at all, mate.
Well, mate, looking at it, so obviously Blantyre got a good win yesterday against Whitletts. Caddy will be disappointed losing his first game in charge there, but I think he knows that it's a hard job and he's just got to get the boys back into show them what they did at the end of last season where they did that great run and managed to avoid relegation, because they're only 6 points away for safety just now, which that's a couple of games, that's nothing, it's still plenty of space. But Blantyre, great win for them, and I'm just looking at the league table just now. If, barring who they're playing, right, but say the Rock, Colwynnon and Ashfield all win their games in hand, That's the top 10. 5 points separating the top 10 after, 10 games of the season.
Brilliant, mate.
Unbelievable. I'm talking about how tight the Premier League is.
Brilliant.
5 points separating the top 10
Brilliant.
teams.
It's what you want, mate. It's what you want, because it means every game matters. It means there's going to be a right scrap for relegation, then there's going to be a right scrap for the league title, and there's going to be a right scrap to get the promotion, mate. So it's really, really good. And by the way, West of Scotland's top value, man. Top value.
Second division, Kilsyth Rangers 0, Craigmark 2, Muirkirk 1, Yoker 0, Larkhall 2, Perthshire 0, Cali Locals 3, Glasgow Uni 1, Bonneton 3, Wishaw 0. Craigmark, we're talking about Caddy, who's obviously just left there and going to Whitletts. They've not been having the best of seasons, but that's a big win for them, and a good one, because Kilsyth are sitting in 5th. Kilsyth could have went into 4th place, only a point off the promotion spots. And that's a big win for Craigmark, which takes them out of the relegation zone. There's still a lot of quality in that side. They showed it last year. They were one of the better teams in that league, and people knew it was a hard game playing Craigmark. That's a big win for them, and it was much needed for them.
Aye, that's a great win, especially for the guys that they've took charge and kept the boys' spirits high, and they've went out and done really well. And that's an important 3 points, because for whoever comes in and takes the job, you know what I mean, it gets them out of there, and just psychologically that's good for the players, it's good for them, and it's something to build on. And no, it's a really, really good result for Craigmark at the weekend.
Definitely. Cali Locals beating Glasgow Uni 3-1. Glasgow Uni, for me, as much as I don't particularly saying it, I can't see any way. I know it's really early, but I can't see them being able to muster up enough points to to stay in the league. I think that might just be a bridge too far this season for them. We spoke about it, so hard for them to keep players. But that was a good win for Cali Locals, puts them within a couple of points of promotion. Ardrossan, Cumbernauld and Strathclyde, not one of them playing in the league this week. It just keeps it a bit tighter, because the three of them are looking like the three to catch. They look like it's their league to go and try and win. But that's a good win for Cali Locals.
Great win. Kev's done a really good job here. And what Kev's got is a great background team and all, do you know what I mean? So he seems to be getting a tune out the players there, and they'll be a good side in the league. Good result.
Looking at the bottom end of the table, Muirkirk, it was a really important one for them as Yoker, which takes them out of the relegation zone as well. Good week for them. Beating Yoker puts Yoker into a bit of trouble. Perthshire losing as well. They're in the bottom 3, and Wishaw losing again as well. That keeps them in the bottom 3. So that was a big win for Muirkirk, and that adds to Craigmark's win as well. Bonneton beating Wishaw 3-0. I think Bonneton have been a bit hit and miss for me this season. 8th place probably isn't as where they should be, considering they were in the Premier League 2 years ago. You'd like to think that they'd be pushing on, but 3 points gets them a wee bit closer and putting pressure on the teams above them.
Yeah, good result. Clean sheet as well, which is always good. And as you say, I think it's obviously harsh, I think, to get put right into the Premier League.
They weren't ready for that league.
I don't think they were quite ready for it, and then it's quite hard because they lost some of their best players that season when they get relegated and that. But Ross will get them gone, and that's a good result, because Wishaw had a good result they beat top of the league, not mean only a week or two before.
Yep.
So they're showing with their new management team that they've got something about them. So for Bonington, that's a good result.
Yep. Moving on to 3rd division, Greenock 4, Dalry 1, Glasgow United 5, Ardere 0, Bellshill 2, Kilsyth 0. For me, Greenock beating Dalry, really impressive result. Gary seems to be getting his team ticking a bit now. They're starting to pick up some points. 4-1 though, I didn't expect that. I know Dalry are probably a bit disappointed with how their season's gone, because I think they're a better team than their performances have showed. But that's a really
important. Dalry missed a penalty. I don't know if it's 1-0 to Greenock at the time, and I think, I don't know, I might be wrong, but they've missed a penalty at the time. But for Gary, that's a great result, and he added through the week. I think they signed Big Muff, did they not?
Yep, they did sign Big Muff, and they signed
Black for Talbot.
Yep, that's it, on loan.
Well, two right good signings. Black's obviously been there and played there he played there when Tommy and Sean in charge at Greenock, and he was a good player for them and get a move, and he's a local boy, and then Muff as well. See what you get. Do you know what I mean? He'll go and he'll be nice and he'll be solid. He's knows the leagues, his experience will be massive, and he'll be a really good signing for them.
That's
And that's a really good result for Gary.
With Murph as well, he's fortunately recently he's had the experience of wearing the blue and black of PG and DAC, and it was a big one for him. It's obviously got himself thinking that I can still do this.
100%, mate. That's just the confidence of winning that the biggest cup that he's ever won in his career.
Exactly, mate. And we've still got 2 year undefeated in it, but enough about us. Glasgow United trying to keep the pressure on Bellshill, who beat Kilsyth. Bellshill absolutely flying. That's 7 wins and 2 draws in 9 games. Glasgow United, 2 games extra, but sitting in second spot, 5-0 against Ardere. Sean will be really disappointed because they're in a position where they're no far away from the relegation zone at all, and it's been a hard couple of years for them after a really good season 2 years ago. But a good win for Glasgow United and a good win for Bellshill over.
Good Willie hat-trick, mate. And when they've got him, especially,
we spoke about them, didn't we? You know what I mean?
They've got a half a chance any game because the quality's always going to score goals. And Bellshill, I can't believe that you've not mentioned it.
Big Duncan Donuts with another goal. Honestly, he's my hero. He's 73.
I'm going to say it again, even though I've seen the goal. Must have been a header because he's honking with the ball at his feet. I just want another text.
Oh, the big man loves that. Loves a big TB. So
it was a wee tap in, mate, for about 2 years, man.
The day was told, but didn't he? Loves that.
But you know what he's like. See when he scored that. See when he scored that win on the Scottish Cup final, mate. How many times you've seen that on his Twitter and all that?
Whereas big TB again.
You would think this was a 25-yarder probably if he was to tell you and you hadn't seen that.
Me and Donny, when we were at Maryhill, played in a memorial match for Tommy Burns after he died. So that shows how long ago this was. This was, I don't know, 13 years ago or something, right? So Donny scored into Gordon Marshall, lobbed him. It was a really nice finish, to be fair. 13 years I've been hearing about this goal. Honestly, I think he just sends me every now and again just because he knows I'm sick of it. I tell you what, he's the most talked about player on this podcast.
Because he's the oldest, not I mean he's the oldest player in the west of Scotland, but
he must be the oldest player in the west.
One thing I will say about him, still playing, still doing the business. I'll give him a compliment here. Scoring a couple of goals and he's playing with a team top of the league and they're keeping clean sheets and that. Well done to him.
Mate, he is an absolute gentleman as well, to be fair to him. Hopefully he's not listening, but he will be because he always listens. We'll move on to the 4th division before we keep talking about that, Spud. Eglinton 3, Rossvale 1, Easterhouse 0, Knightswood 3, Glenvale 3, Newmains 2, Saltcoats 4, Royal Albert 2. I think we'll start down the bottom end of the table. Fantastic first win for Saltcoats, for Slaves in his team. First win, 9 defeats out of 10. First win against the relegation, or the bottom of the table rivals, Royal Albert, who are having a really tough season as well. That's a great win for them, and that'll be huge for the confidence for the Saltcoats players.
Absolute brilliant for Saltcoats. Brilliant because they've had a few slow ones and Slaves and that, and all his enthusiasm anytime he's spoken. That's been amazing and brilliant for the players and that, just to get that winning feeling. Really, really delighted for them, mate. And even though it's been the bad news for Royal Albert, no winning the game, they've got a good bit of positivity news coming out. Did you see the announcement?
I did, mate. I did. It's good news, eh?
It's good. I feel
it's hard for the ones outgoing, but
you feel bad for the boys at committee and the guys that are maybe moving on, or guys in the committee might be moving on that have been there a long time and gave absolute everything to keep the club not going, but afloat, not meaning keep Royal Albert going. But for the new boys to be coming in for Les Mahago Amateurs, who are a very good amateur side. You'll
see Royal Albert start to pick up now.
If they go there and they take, I'd imagine he's going to take. All his players have the majority of them. Then they'll start really motoring on. It might just be not enough to go and get themselves in that, but go and really push it, that it'll be positive for Royal Albert, and I think people that have not done their homework won't be surprised, because you'll see how Royal Albert being a good side in that league and really putting a run together.
Well, you're talking about Les Mehigo. Which you assume he'll take pretty much all of that team, that's a top amateur team. It's not even like, don't get me wrong, like I think the Thorn, when they were playing amateur, a really good amateur team and stuff. I'd say they're probably even better than that for that level. They're going up against more teams who are of that level now, with your St. Peters and your Glenvales and your Lugers, Rossvale and stuff. So it'll be a bit harder for them. But that's going to be a good team, and you'll see them start to climb the league. You definitely will.
They'll not get it all their own right. They'll hit bumps along the road, I'd imagine. Just like any team. But one thing for sure, they'll have good players down there, and they'll give a right good go, and there'll be a different proposition for teams now. So any team that's maybe took it and for Royal Albert will be delighted, because it'll be a different game when you play them again this season, especially with the new guys in charge, and wish them all the best, but also a big massive well done to all the guys that have gave everything for the club early years and kept it going.
Exactly.
It's a good club. There's always good people, nice people down there, know what I mean?
They're only a few years ago they had the great memories of winning the league as well, so
exactly,
it's maybe a wee bit of success may come back to them. For me, a wee bit of a surprise result was Eglinton beating Rossvale 3-1. Eglinton are a bit hit and miss. I think they should probably do a wee bit better than they're doing. Rossvale have been flying of late, and that's a really good win for Eglinton to go and beat Rossvale.
Aye, Rossvale were flying. I think they'd won 7 in a row in the league, and Josh had really had them going. But as you say, great result for Eglinton. But Eglinton have strengthened through the week. They signed the boy, I think John McLaughlin, and then they've signed Franny. I know Franny's probably still carrying a rock, but also still carrying his missus gym bag into these competitions and that.
Still carrying the roids as well. Kidding on,
mate,
that's all clean. Who's
Franny?
Who you kidding on, mate? Your face is done that as well, mate. You're lying.
He's looking magnificent.
Oh, he is. He's putting us all to shame. But he'll need to slim down again to play.
But he's going to do a David Ginola. See when he gets his first goal, mate, he's definitely ripping it half into his tap half. But no, and then they're adding these players, which listen, don't get me wrong, these boys are good players as well. So no, it's a great result for Eglinton, and well done to them, and they'll be hoping that can kick them on, especially that form they showed at the very start of the season.
Another good one for Knightswood. Easterhouse having a hard season, sitting third bottom of the league. But Knightswood, keep harping on about it. I'm really impressed. That's such a young team. Got to be the youngest team, even younger than St. Peter's team for me. And it's so impressive. I think that for the first season in, coming for 21's football, it's been really impressive. And I think that's another cracking result for them.
Yeah, part of the thing for Knightswood again will be keeping a hold of the players, mate, because there'll be surely be clubs, divisions above looking at some of these young players, but they hope to be there for a couple of years and develop, not meaning get better and try and get a bit of success at Knightswood as well. So no, they're doing really good stuff. And only stuff, I've seen a picture of all that Stepford now.
Oh, brilliant, man. How good does that look?
Looking really, really good, man.
Because I used to, when I played with Airdrie 17s, we used to sometimes play like the odd friendly there, and where they've got all the lovely new Astro pitches and stuff, that's where the gangs used to have running battles beside the park. And sometimes you stop playing and just watch them hatch at each other, and that was always interesting.
What a facility, mate, and that's going to be brilliant for all these young players going to come through the ranks and that, and hopefully then that will make a better Easterhouse team as well. Definitely.
It finishes off. Glenvale have taken top spot this week, winning 3-2 against New Mains. A good victory for them. And Lewis McKimsden, for his first manager's job and for being so young, I think he's done an absolutely smashing job at Glenvale. It's the 3 Renfrewshire teams at the top fighting out with Rossvale and Lugar.
Yeah,
but I think Lewis has done a cracking job. I know it has helped where he's managed to get a lot of boys in for the borough, and obviously having Jamie there has been a good help for him. But he's still got to go and make them a team and make them win games. Also signing Ricky MacArthur this week as well.
Oh, did they sign Ricky?
He signed Ricky
A
this week.
great
So
signing,
Ricky's
mate.
a bit older, but a lot of experience, good quality player as well. So I think that they're doing a cracking job there.
Ricky actually, when we were at Ashfield in Johnstonborough won the league. Ricky was actually really good that season for the Borough, and he was right good. So that's a right good signing with him. And the boy Sean Daly scoring goals. I'm not mentioning before, but you get another 2 at the weekend there. So as you say, they've tapped into. Listen, you need to use your strengths, don't you, and tap into, use all the contacts that you've got, and as you say, he's still got to get the best out of the players, and he seems to be doing that. So well done to Lewis and well done to Glenville. Gone top of the league's brilliant, and the rest of the weekend you can look at the league and it's nice. Not
Enjoy it.
It's always nice, mate. It doesn't matter when you go top of the league.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. I hit my wee Siri button there on my laptop. So that's us for another week. I am away next weekend, so if you want to hold off for a wee day or two, we can release later next week. Or if you want to get somebody else in,
I'll listen. There's one for you. We can try and get somebody else on next week. I'm happy to put it out there on social. See who fancies it, and I'll do the PG for a week and get somebody else to help. But not because it'd be good to get it out because we've missed a couple.
It's been my fault to this season, mate. It's been me.
I know, mate, but
it's shocking. And see, to be honest, see in 2 weeks' time, I've got wee Tiny's wedding on the Sunday as well, so
that's fine, mate.
Toiling, man. Honestly,
I'm hoping to get somebody half decent anyway.
You know what? I listen to my pish all the time, to be fair.
Somebody with initials PG would be ideal, and I can just give them some of the merchandise.
What about Paul Gordon that used to play with Canvas Lion?
Nah, he's young boy.
Yeah, he's probably better part than me. Definitely better part.
A better player.
Definitely as well.
And see, just lastly, mate, I know that this will be in the Mora when it's but there's a game up at Petershill friendly in the Mora night, which will be Monday. Petershill versus Rob Roy, and it's a 7 o'clock kick-off, and it's a kind of game in memory of Brian McNeil. Brian was your goalie coach at Pollock and sadly passed away, and I think all the proceedings are going to a Men's Matters or a men's mental health charity, so it would be good to see as many people there, or people who knew Brian, to go up there and a wee memorial game for him. So it's a friendly because he was at Petershill and he's been at Rob Roy's goalie coach as well. So it would be good to see as many people up there as possible, but that was just a wee.
Yeah, definitely. Look, so it's 5 o'clock Monday if you're watching, like 5:30, 5:45 or something. If you're not doing anything, get yourself up to Petershill and watch it. It's a great cause. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching and have a good week. And remember, a PG and DAC jacket and a PG and DAC gilet is on the go. If you're looking for one, have a good one.